this second video, Moeed is going to ask Edward, what brought you to Islam?
Okay, we're gonna show this video.
Yes, please.
This is Moeed Pirzada. I am with a very interesting person right now. His name is Edward Gell. You do not know about him. He's a multimedia professional. But interestingly, this is not the reason for the interest. The interest is this, that he's someone who transcends across multiple cultures and religions. Born as a Roman Catholic, converted to Islam, married to a Pakistani origin doctor, living across UK, and now shifting to United States. So, but the thing that of course makes it very interesting for me is his conversion to Islam at a time when Islam, and especially in the country where he comes from, in Holland, where Islam is under attack, is maligned continuously, and we see Geert Wilders is about to become the Prime Minister of Holland. Edward, very warm welcome to this discussion.
Thank you. Salam alaikum.
So, straight away, my question is, what brought you to Islam?
Coming from a culture of Holland, 16 million people, Holland is known as a Christian Catholic country, but we have a big mix of Moroccan and Turkish people. I grew up with neighbors near me. They're Moroccans and amazing family, but they have taught me about, not only about Christian and Catholic, they taught me about the Muslim culture. So actually, when I was a young boy, I learned more about the Muslim culture, about the Ramadan and the Quran, so etc. Those things, and then
So when you first started to actually read Quran?
I was when I was in high school, and there was a girl called Khadija Dudu. Family is an amazing. I'm from Morocco, Casablanca, and so the father taught me a little bit about the Quran. I remember it was a red color Quran.
Red color Quran.
Red color Quran. Yes, and so he taught me with his sons about the Quran and taught me about the du'as and everything else. And then later on, we just, I went a little bit a different way, and then going to university.
Okay. Before we show this video, we should say, welcome Rachel and Greg with us. How are you guys? Can you unmute yourselves? Greg?
Yes, how you doing? God bless you.
Good. Thank you for being with us. And now, you watched this video clip, but before we go to this video clip, do you have any comments, guys? You heard what Olan said about the last video clip, and do you have something that you would like to add to that?
Yes, I do. First of all, just because you disagree with someone's point of view doesn't mean that you have some type of phobia or anything like that. I totally disagree with Islam, but doesn't mean I'm Islamophobia or that I hate Muslims or anything like that. I just disagree with their ideology of Islam. If you understand the ideology of Islam, then you'll understand basically what Muhammad believed, what he taught, what their God Allah went ahead and taught. If I can go ahead and comment, within Islam, their epistemology, you divide the world into two halves. You have the house of Dar al-Islam, which is the house of Islam, which are all nations and people who follow Sharia law and follow Islam and take the Shahada and believe that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger. But on the flip side, you have Dar al-Harb, which means the house of war. And those are all people, tongues, nations, cultures who are yet not under Islamic rule. And it's basically war declared against them. So it's so Islam doesn't mean peace; it means submission. It means when all people have been believe in the Shahada, all countries, tongues, and cultures and people embrace Allah, and they go ahead and embrace Islam, and that they also go ahead and embrace just the culture totally. Then you'll go ahead and have peace, and that's taught within the Hadith. You also have that Surah 385, that Allah will accept no other religion except Islam. And then, as Olin went ahead and mentioned, he mentioned some of the surahs. There's numerous surahs that go ahead and talk about taking the offense against the mushrikeen, the polytheists, the Jews, the Christians. Surah 9:5, it talks about killing Christians. The Arabic word is ektel. It doesn't mean defensive, it means offensive. You have Surah 9:29, which means the battle against the Muslims. You have Surah 8:12, it means to strike terror in the hearts of the unbelievers and cut off their heads above their necks. Hamas showed that example when they went ahead and went into Israel. You have Surah 5:33, if there's mischief in the land, that means those who disagree with Islam, then you execute them, you crucify them, and you cut off their hands on opposite sides. Surah 5:51 says, take not the Jew and Christian as your friends, they're only friends among themselves. So, and then you have Surah 33:21, that the Prophet Muhammad is an example for everyone. Well, he set a good example because he went ahead and planned 81 wars, and he led 27 of them himself against the non-Muslims, killing non-Muslims and enslaving.
Your point you want to make that it is Islamophobia. It cannot be phobia because Islam is something that we should fear as a religion, as a country, as any country in the world that allowing the growth of Islam. Islam is a threat. Their ultimate goal is to take over and to establish Islam in that land wherever they go. Right?
Not just the land, but the whole world, George. It's established total domination, totalitarianism, that just everyone has to go ahead and become Muslim. So that's
the Islamic ultimate goal is to control the world.
Yes. So, and Olin mentioned about nice Muslims. Yeah, we have nice Muslims, but the problem, the Quran's not nice. Allah's not nice. The Prophet Muhammad's not nice. That's where the problem comes in. Surah 9:5 abrogate means it replaces all revelation before it when it says kill and enslave and make the non-Muslim go ahead and pay the jizya till they're conquered. So and Muhammad set that example, and you have Muslims who are following. The peaceful Muslims aren't following the Sunnah or the path of what the Prophet Muhammad went ahead.
Which is great that the majority of Muslims in the world are bad Muslims. They don't follow Islam. Praise God for that. That's make them nice people. We can see that, and maybe some Muslims going to say, "Oh, that's not what the Quran says," and maybe if you are an American, you don't speak Arabic, to go to the Quran, you don't find the word kill, but the Arabic, it says qatiluhum, kill them. In the English translation, they change it to fight them or scare them, whatever it is. Different language, they remove the word kill, but in Arabic, it is a verb that cannot be used except by the sword, by fighting, entering a war that you kill them or they kill you. You cannot. The best translation is fight / kill. Both of them. It cannot be just the word qatal. It means kill. Qatiluhum. It can mean kill them or enter a war with weapons, not with war by using a pen or speech or media. No, weapons. It's very, very clear, and we can see the action of Islam in Sudan and many other countries. Sudan, where I came from, 2.5 million Christians been killed in the past, and since April to now, thousands of people been killed in the name of Allah. This is facts. This is reality. It's not just imagination that we are afraid of something that we should not be afraid of. Rachel, anything to add?
I had just two thoughts when I started watching the video. The first thought is it already gives a fallacy um, it gives the fallacy like just because they're nice means Islam is true. There are many people, for example, Mormons are very nice. Does that mean Mormonism is true? No, it's a logical fallacy. The second thing I noticed was it's painting the picture like Islam's or Muslims are completely innocent when it ignores. Yes, there are many innocent Muslims, but there in Europe there are also many things that have happened because of the mass immigration, such as increased rape, increased terror attack, and many other such problems, which it's correlated.
Definitely, there are so many genuine reasons. That's why these countries are concerned about the growth of Islam. And when I see the number of Islam, how Islam is European countries, the way they're going, I feel like they are not concerned enough. They should be more concerned. I remember when I came first from Sudan, and a few years later, September 11 happened, and I really uh, all the things that happened in Sudan start coming back to mind, and I was very, very concerned about how the Islamic growth in America. It is not something that we should take lightly. Absolutely. Um, Now I almost like wanted to show the video again, the second one, but I know we should have started before we after we talked. Would you go ahead and start us, brother? Talk about it, the second video.
Well, just to add to what's already been said, there are two things that come to mind. Um, this, the video just kind of plays into this whole postmodern idea that there's no truth and that all religions are kind of equal, and I think it's very much a tool that plays into these liberal ideas, and that's why a lot of non-Muslims are buying into this kind of thing. Secondly, I would say that we've all quoted some sources here. These are not our opinions. We're not we're not sharing what we think about Islam. We're quoting their sources. So that's a big difference. We're not talking about how Muslims feel. We're not talking about how friendly your Muslim neighbors are. We're talking about what Islam teaches, and that's the longer I do this, the more I've come to understand how important that distinction is.
Now the question was why you converted to Islam. What answer he gave? What reason he converted to Islam?
You're going to see this over and over as we watch every one of these video clips. He doesn't present any kind of evidence. Again, he's going to be talking about Muslim culture, how he feels, and how wonderful or how amazing this Muslim family is that he married into. That's the kind of things that you're going to hear from him. So
I think he mentioned the reason why he converted to Islam, because we know as a Christian or nominal Christian or Catholic, let's say, you are not allowed to marry a Muslim woman. You must convert to Islam first. But a Muslim man is welcome, according to Islam, to marry to non-Muslim, especially from the people among the people of the book, the Christian and Jews. But I can kind of sense clearly the answer is because he married to this Pakistani lady. That's
yeah,
most likely. I don't know, unless if he become Muslim way before he married her. I don't know, or he just become Muslim that moment to be able to marry her. I don't know, but I feel like that's the reason.